Hi everyone, it's Killshot 99 Gaming. This is Playdead Live Wasteland Crossing 2022 grand finale. I see our group is in the house, and tonight's going to be a very unique stream. I see Valar. Thank you so much. Hello, 99 Army Kills Great Mods channel members. Special chat sending lots of love for Kel and also a lot of you guys. So I'm going to start out, and I'm going to be very, very open, honest, blunt. We play a game. We play a game about triumph. We play a game about death. We play a game with zombies. We play a game with retro gaming. This is our third full year of playing this game. This is a very, very important day for me. Important day for Ron. I know some things that Ron is dealing with today. And over the last year, we're such a tight-knit group that we have dealt in some cases with more tragedy than triumph. And that's a part of life. Tragedy is a part of life, right? But this is the challenge that I'm going to have for you guys, because we're not going to prevent the tragedy. It's always going to be a part of our life. But the challenge that I have for you guys is to post more about triumph. I know it sounds a little hard, because when bad things happen, we want to talk about the bad things. When we're sick, we want to talk about the sickness, and we need to support when we're sick, right? When we lose someone, we need to support when we lose someone. But you know what? On the other side of that coin is graduations and victories and promotions and success. And in some cases, if we go out and look for a little bit more success and a little bit more good and fun, see, that feels good too. And I like to hear that, and I like to see it. It doesn't mean that it all has to be about triumph. But if we all spend our lives just looking for the sad memes, then our life is going to become more sad. So look for a few more good things, like Bob's birthday. Happy birthday, Bob. See, I want to know about the birthdays. I want to know about the success. I want to know when you feel good about things, not just when you feel bad about things. Because we can always find things to feel bad about. But the reason we get together is to celebrate the good and to do things together. That is what Playdead Live is about. It is about a team. So I'm going to tell you guys a little something, because this is where I am tonight, okay? 4 years ago, this was the worst day of my life. Absolute worst day of my life. I woke up this morning and I relived 2 hours of absolute hell. I cried for an hour and a half. I looked at pictures. Missed my best friend. I got it all out. And I realized that the reason we're playing this game is because of my motivation and my inspiration. That's why all of us are here. That's what brought us all together. And even though this was the worst day of my life 4 years ago, tomorrow was the best day of my life 4 years ago. Because that tragedy led me to the 3 most beautiful things, souls, well-being in my life. And I cherish them every single day. And I get to hang out with you guys 4 or 5 days a week. And I get to cherish all of you guys every day. I know when you have COVID. I know when you lose a loved one. I feel all of that because you guys tell me all of that. And I'm here for it. But you guys have to tell me the good stuff too. It can't be a one-way street anymore. So my challenge to all of you guys, we're going to be there for the bad. But you can't just reach out when you need prayers. You got to provide the same happiness and support to people as well. And then the last thing I'm going to say, and I'm not going to get spiritual, But if you only pray to the Maker when things are bad, and you only ask for prayers when things are bad, don't expect him to always bless you. Come on, guys, you got to support. If you're going to ask for prayers when things are bad, you got to give back when things are good. All right, that is my I'm preaching it. I'm shouting it down from the mountaintop to you guys tonight. Let's do it. But you can't call on the one above just when things are bad. You got to pay back a little rent when things are good. Sometimes I have people message me and they say, hey, give me some prayers. And I'm thinking, go to church and pray too. Don't just ask people to pray for you. You got to do the work too. All right. There you go, everybody. There's the Southern Baptist in me bringing it to you live. Okay. All right. So here's what's going on tonight. We do have, there's just a lot going on with a lot of people. And I just want you guys to know, the show goes on tonight. We're going to be missing one or two. It's okay. Show goes on tonight. That's what we do. That is what we do. We drive it. Now, it's going to be an abbreviated show. How many people got some cool things in the mail? I know Ray did. All right, so if you guys don't know what those things are, they're toe tags. So Kel had asked me, a couple of months ago, and she said, do you think toe tags are too morbid for the group? And I said, no, of course not. We play a game about death. It's what we do. They're toe tags. They're, you die on Play Dead Live. It's what we do, okay? We don't make light of it, but we play a game where we die and we have resin restores. So we're having a lot of fun with those items. Ron, you will get it. Ron's like, I'm still alive. I didn't get it yet, but all of you guys will get it. So we got some cool things for you guys. So here's what tonight is really about. All right. As you guys know, Kel is sick, and one, we do want her to get well, but number two, she does a lot of ledgers. So one of the ledgers that she does is the XP ledger, and we couldn't get that finished for you guys tonight. So I apologize. We'll try to be a little ahead of the game next time, but we just had so many things going on in December. So normally we are ahead of the game, but so we're not going to be able to do the level up feature of tonight. So that means there's going to be some talking. I'm going to do some talking. We're going to hang out. We got a few scenes for you guys tonight. It's not going to be, Gunner's going to be 6 tomorrow. That's what I'm talking about. There you go. And you know what? Bonnie is like, Gunner's going to be 6. And tomorrow that is my 3G day. So here, let me finish the rest of the story, okay? So, and it's not to put you guys in sadness, and I'll get back to it in a second. So 4 years ago, of course, I was doing a lot of staring out into space, like everybody does when they go through loss. And as the day went by, I was like, you know what? I got to go get some more cats. So, on New Year's Eve, the day after Morris passed away, very next day, I woke up and I'm like, I got to go out. I got to see some cute companions. So I go to the animal shelter, and the animal shelter had lots. I mean, some big ones, some older ones. But I was just kind of walking through, and just nothing kind of clicked. So I left the animal shelter. I went to PetSmart. So I go to PetSmart, and I go in, and they've got like a backlog on adopting. So I was like, man, it was 11:30 a.m. So finally I make one last ditch effort, and I call the Humane Society. So I said, are you guys open? They're like, well, it's New Year's Eve. And I said, okay. I said, when do you close? They said 12 o'clock. I was like, all right, I'm on my way. So I drive over, and as soon as I go in, nobody's there. You'd think a lot of people would be adopting, right? Nobody's there. So, I go in, and I show them my tattoo of Morris. and they're all in tears, and they're like, let me give you a tour. And I told them the story, and so they show me some older cats, and by this time it's like 12:15. They're supposed to be closed at 12. Well, guess what? More people start coming in. And I'm like, I really want to see the kittens. They're like, okay, okay. So we walk around the corner, and I kid you not, there is this glass door, and these three little perfect kittens are all lined up the glass door. I mean, just in a row. And I said, I want them. I want them. And so immediately they're like, okay, hold on, hold on. So I open the door. I go in, and Gabe is biting Grayson's tail. And they go, that one is the weird one. He's a tail biter. I'm like, okay. And then Gabby's kind of a little skittish. And I'm hoarse, right? Because I just been crying like for 24 hours straight. So I sit down, and Grayson jumps up on my lap, and they said, this is from a group of 9. And there were 9 of them, and they all had G names. There was Gregory, there's Giselle. These were the only 3 that weren't adopted. And I'm thinking, like, well, what's wrong with these 3? Why weren't they adopted? They're 6 months old. They should have been adopted. But it might have been because Gabe was he liked to nibble on the tails of his brother and sisters. So they're probably like, this is a weird cat. I don't have a picture from that day. I have a video. And Gabe just kept licking my phone. And, I'll watch that video sometimes, and it's just my voice. It doesn't even sound like me. It's me trying to just sort of recover. And I said, I like these. Can I adopt? They're like, no. There's a background. There's a process. So it's New Year's Eve. By this time, it is 3 o'clock. This place stayed open. People are coming in trying to adopt. So they were supposed to stay at 12. They kept this place open for 3 hours. And finally, they're like, we got to close soon. And I said, okay. I said, can I adopt them tomorrow? And they're like, no, we're closed. So I said, okay, I got to adopt these cats. What do I do? I said, here, I can make a donation. Can I make you $1,000 donation to the Humane Society? I said, we can't do that. And they said, be here. We open at 10 o'clock the day after New Year's. They said, be here. So I'm like, okay, I will. I already had my plan, right? It's going to be there at like 8 o'clock waiting for 2 hours. So the next day was New Year's, and I was so excited. I was like, I just fell in love with these cats right away. So it's New Year's, and they're closed. So I drive up to the Humane Society, and I climb up, and I'm just looking at them through the window. Probably people are going to call the police, right? They're going to be like, who's this weird person looking at these cats in the window? And I'm like, just, waving at them and playing with them. And it's raining. But, I had to go see them. And I was so excited. So I go back home. And then, sure enough, the next day, I was out in the parking lot waiting for them. As soon as the door opened, I'm there. I'm like, I want my cats. Where do I sign? So went through all the adoption, and best 3 days of my life. Like, to appreciate what I lost and then what I gained. The resiliency. And it doesn't mean that every year I don't feel that sense of loss. I do. I always carry that sense of loss with me. But I don't get mired in the loss, because there's so much inspiration out there. And it doesn't mean that I won't deal with loss again. I will. But I'm trying to find and weave my way through to the positive aspects. So I hope that makes sense to everybody. And again, this game has so many positive aspects. And if you guys don't see that, I'm going to challenge you to dig deeper. I'm going to challenge you to think about your faction calls. Are they inconveniences, or do you really like talking to them? Because you know what? I think you guys do. Sometimes we throw on an act and we're like, oh, I can't believe we had a faction call and it was an hour. And I think deep down in the back of your mind, you would miss those calls if they weren't there. So appreciate the ride, appreciate the experience, appreciate the story, the creativity. When Ron runs off and does something, you guys got to lasso him in. Appreciate those moments. Because we don't know how many more of those moments we have. And I'm not talking like, that, but I'm talking about we play this game and the relationships that we have. But again, 90% of the people in this room would not have a relationship with somebody else in this room if it weren't for that little cat that passed away December 30th, 2018 at 9:51 a.m. So that is a nice legacy, right? Everything that's happened in our game between then and now is a product of that little guy. So that's my man. That's my man. All right. So again, I told you guys it's gonna be pretty casual tonight, and we're gonna go through some things. I got 4 or 5 scenes for you guys. It's not gonna be real dramatic. It might be an hour. But the big thing that we're gonna do is that we got some great music. So I picked some of the best songs we've had throughout the year. Some of my favorites. Some songs that you guys like. There's a couple little challenges, and then there's a big video. I think it is the best transition, the best representation of Play Dead Live that we've ever had. The images will probably mean something to you. There are a lot of hidden images that should mean something to you. You'll probably watch, I know about that, or I know who that is. And I don't know what the rest of the week/weekend is going to be like. So we might get some inventory later on. We might do the level up sometime during the week. Again, it's all kind of open at this point. So I will be working on inventory still tomorrow. But we're going to play it by ear a little bit just to make sure that we've got a happy, healthy group of mods, inventory team, players between now and the new year. Because we got an exciting new year. All right. Now, I am going to give you guys some XP as well. Luckily, we delayed it, so you'll get some extra XP, which you guys will probably need. Do me a favor. Type the word home. H-O-M-E. Home is your on-time word for tonight. So, quick decisions tonight. All right, here we go. Now, do me a favor. Don't worry about pre-match buffs. Not worried about your pre-match buffs tonight because it ain't really going to help you. Okay, it ain't really going to help you. All right, here we go, everybody. I'm going to take you back to where we left it, which was a nice Christmas tree, a whole lot of presents, but it's going to be a little different. Have fun. Here we go, guys. I'll give you 30 seconds to make up your mind on what you want to do.
Far
I like them.
Don't let the journey defer. Once you are old, you'll detour. Wisdom will say.
All right, so most people are going upstairs. Craven and Ron, can I ask you guys why you just swig a potion without even sniffing it, smelling it? I mean, there is a blue potion there, but these guys, they're like, they don't even want to, they didn't even ask, like, what does the potion smell like? What does it look like? They're just like, let me drink this thing. It's got to be there for a reason. Just no due diligence at all. My. It looks tasty. All right. Well, it is tasty. And nobody noticed it except the two of you. 20,000 bonus XP for Craven Light and Father Ron for finding the blue XP potion. Now, Valar is going to try to open some more gifts. Flyrod wants to... Why is that your Flyrod? No. Flyrod, come on. Oh, boy. Flyrod wants to go see why the tree is moving. Note to self, Flyrod, if a tree is moving, it's probably not a good thing. Flyrod losing more XP from the lost. Flyrod, you ever heard the old saying, let a moving tree lie, whatever. And Valar wanted to open up more gifts. So greedy Valar, look at you. You're next. Anybody want to grab them and take them to the finish line? He didn't attack. He just went over. It's like, why is that tree moving? I mean, those are some of the mysteries in life. Flyrod was content. He was not going to get through 2022 without finding out why that tree that you guys have now seen 3 times is moving. All right. The group has went up the stairs and through the door. And remember, this was the byproduct of a little bit of smoke. So what is really outside that door? What is really at the end of those stairs? Well, the wasteland. That's why we're here.
Eternal sunshine breaks, advice of golden age, destructive counterweight. I wish that you would stay, word for word too late. Mouths still shut for days, like to call it out. I don't think we can escape. Visions of this life.
has activated the Vox mask, and the Lost has followed Ron up toward the top. B-Dub is going to, oh, B-Dub, no, 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 it is nuclear waste. B-Dub, oh, no. All right, B-Dub has washed away and disintegrated in this nuclear wasteland wash. No. That is not where you wanted to go. Dow is going to flight smoke. All right, Dow. You seem to have gotten a little bit of the attention of the Lost. Now one is moving toward Ron, one is moving toward Dow. All right, looks like most everybody else is trying to make their way, but it's getting pretty crowded here on these bars. In fact, the bars are starting to crumble a little bit because they're old and rusty, and there's a lot of people on them. All right, everybody give me a number from 1 to 20. And by crumbling, I mean this thing's about halfway to the ground. If this goes in the water, the entire group is going to be disintegrated, well, with the exception of Ron and Dow, who are trying to lure the Lost. All right, let's get the die rolls in. The number is 17. The number is 17. All right. It held up for a turn, luckily. Let's go to round number 2. Get your second round move in. Think carefully of what you want to do in round 2. All right, Craven's going to Talon Bonnie over. Barely makes it. Just hits that 30 yards. B-Dub's in front of the fence. Ron's going to deactivate the mask. He's going to drop down. Now the Lost is going toward Dow. Football Master is going to slide smoke over to the other side. Over where the car is. Busy Bee jumping over to the other side. It's a good jump, Busy. Sniper Tim is going to Talon Diana C to the other side. All right, get your moves in quickly. Get them in quickly. This thing is starting to fall again. Fly Rod slowly climbing over. He sees those monkey bars like, yeah. Fly Rod barely. Crimson. Sly Smoke over. Animal jumping over. Dimes jumping over. All right. Looks like we've got the group over to the other side of the wasteland. And now you know why they call it Wasteland. We got one problem, though. We got a whole lot of Lost. Looking at Dow. In fact, he's trapped on the other side. So he's going to drop down and warp smoke. All right, now the whole group has the attention of the lost. All right, I'm going to give you guys, it took them around to get there. I'm going to give you 30 seconds to get your move in. They're currently a little bit behind you. Nixon's going to pole vault. Luckily, you got off the pole before it disintegrated. Ron's going to run to the left. Like, let me get out of here. Be smart with your moves here. All right, Craven's going to speed potion. Julia's going to run with Ron. Football running left. Animal running left. Justice running the other side of the car. 15 more seconds. Ocean Man moving to the left. Crimson's just going to run. Seal with a speed potion. Trigger. All right, we got the whole group trying to run into the fog to lose the lost. All right, looks pretty good. To the next scene. I'm going to give you about 30 seconds to talk this one over. Lost isn't moving in on you yet.
I wanna see the sunset over the ocean, feel warm sand between my toes, and have my heart stolen by a beautiful girl. I wanna kick back, relax and watch all the clouds skate beneath the stars and hear the waves crash to the beat of her heart. There's no one else around but her and me. There's nowhere on this earth I'd rather be. Sing it with me. But I never wanna leave this place. Wanna call it home. I'm gonna call it home. Maybe these will be those better days, and they feel like home. Yeah, you feel like home. Love the way she lets her hair down when the wind blows her hair all around me. She knows I surrender to the way she glows, and I can't stop thinking about just how perfect this all turned out. No other word but free. Sing it with me.
All right, this is super important. And you don't have to go same, go different, whatever. But you do have to all decide as a faction. So I'm going to give you about 20 seconds, 30 seconds to go in your faction chat and decide which one of these two mole machines you want to enter. You can all choose the same. You can choose different. There is a right one and there is a wrong one. So I'll give you 30 seconds to collectively decide as a faction. And then I'm just going to ask the faction leaders to post one or two. One will be the one on the left. Two will be the one on the right. And then we will decide if you made the correct decision. Because if you don't make the correct decision, the Lost are coming, and there are 4 of them. That is 4 times the XP drain. So be smart. All right. I think we've had a little time to think about it. Faction leaders, are we ready to make decisions? So Sly is going to go into the second one. Ark is going to go into the second one. Mir is going to go into the second one. And Vox is going to go into the second one as well. So all of you guys chose the second one. Do you guys mind if I ask why you chose the second one as opposed to the first one? All right. I'm going to give bonus XP to Busy Bee and Father Ron because the correct answer is the first one looks stuck in the sand and looks damaged. Upon further inspection, look. Doesn't even look like it's moved in a long, long time. That is the correct answer. And the mole machine disappears underground, and where it appears, I guess we're about to find out. And I'll give you guys a few seconds to think about this next one while you listen to one of my favorite Play Dead Live songs ever. In fact, it was 1 year ago to the day that we played this song for you guys the first time.
The snow is falling, and it's getting colder now. Soon that time of year it will begin. The children playing, making angels in the snow. Grab the mistletoe, it's Christmas time again. When bells start ringing and the lights start glowing up, I get to thinking about my oldest friends. I'll hang some holly on the door. When they come, it won't be long. It's Christmas time again. Let's spend the whole day chopping down a Christmas tree, stringing it with lights of white and red. Let's spend the whole day baking Christmas cookies and knitting Christmas scarves for all our friends. This is the time of year when everyone can feel a joy and a longing deep within. It's Christmas time again. It's Christmas time again. If you put a kettle on, I will start a fire, and we can write our Christmas cards out in the den, saying, oh, how we love you, and we hope you're doing well. Drop it in them. It's Christmas time again. With lovers ice skating and snowmen on the lawn, there is that overwhelming feeling that you get. The church choir singing joy to the world. Let us listen to the words and not forget. This is the time of year where everyone can feel a joy and a longing deep within. It's Christmas time again. It's Christmas time again. It's Christmas time again.
Apparently, Flyrod didn't know you could just pull the thing apart and then, or either peel the stickers off and okay. Some people did that. A couple of you guys, you walked over, and Diana C is pushing on the cube. Diana C. has disappeared. Trust me when I tell you she's disappeared. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give each of you a little bit more time to think about your move. Now, the Lost are moving in a little bit closer. Buford says, I'm going to move into the cube. Okay, that's the thing. All right, Buford moves into the cube. I got to keep Buford and Father Ron away from each other. There's like no fear between those two. Buford disappears. JJ says, hey, Diana C disappeared. Maybe I'll try that. You do try that. She disappears into the cube. Football's going to follow them. Football walks into the cube. Disappears. All right. Is there anybody that is not moving into the cube? Let me know. Well, I mean, that really is, that's Play Dead Live. Now, that was not the best answer. There was there was a way to solve it. But there was also the loss, so I can understand it. And Dimes is like, well, we got away from the lost. That is true. But, I mean, there was a lot of XP there. And I think more importantly was this cube. I mean, sometimes you drink potions and it works out. Sometimes you walk into strange areas and it works out. This one did not work out. Oh, you're not dead. You're not dead. You're probably going to wish you were. You know what, Dimes? She says live together, lose XP together. Well, I have to take you guys to the next scene. I mean, you did blindly walk into a captivation cube. And that's a heck of a place to leave it at the end of 2022. Here you go, everybody. Enjoy another song, and I'll get back to you in a second.
This is Houston, contact with a test. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Roger, Hawaii, reading you loud and clear also. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Enter test.
Okay, we checked all 4 systems, and there you go on modulation, all 4, and key with a go.
Roger, and you're loud and clear here also.
Someone carry me, take the time that you give now. Some people tell you what you want to know. Fast the foolish way, acting like you've been down here before. Some people take you where you need to go. Surrounded by acquaintances, hoping they won't leave you there alone. Only someone holding you would have the love to carry you.
All right, everybody, we have put the finishing touches on a fantastic year. The year started with the Dark Asylum to the Tunnel of Torment. We spent a couple of months in the Dark Crypts. We enjoyed the Lazarus Lagoon, the Isle of Illusion, Slayer's Lair, Krampus Campground, and you made your way across the Wasteland and got trapped into the cubes. Now, if you guys want to see where we're going to kick it off next Friday night to kick off 2023, give me a 999 because I am taking all of y'all back home. Here it is, everybody. Enjoy the promo, and I will see you all tomorrow night. Here we go, everybody. Have a great night.
So